Hello, this is Mr. Burke, and this video is intended to lead you through how to use your school email account. But before we get started, I want to emphasize that this is a school email account. This is not a private email account, which means it should only be used for schoolwork and appropriate schoolwork. So this is not an email that you should be using to email your friends. It is not an email that you should be using to sign in to an unschool-related website, for instance. This is an email account that is used for school business, and you cannot expect privacy with this email account. If there was an issue, administrators from the school could access the account and see everything that's been done. So when we use our school email accounts, we always are very professional with them. We use them to communicate with our teachers and get information back and forth, and that's it. If your teacher asks you to do something with that email account, then of course go for it. But if you have any question, if you're like, should I be using this for this purpose, you should check, because this does not really belong to you. It's not a private account. It is a school district account, and it is a tool that we use to communicate here in the district, and it has to be used appropriately. So make sure that you're using it appropriately at all times. With that, let's get to how to send an email. Okay, let's get started. So if you are into the Google, into your Chromebook, then you know your email address, because your email address is your username plus @beaconk12.org. So we're good on that front. I would expect we're all set there. So what we need to do is get to our email. And to do that, we can go to our waffle or grid, whatever you prefer to call it. And you can open that up, and you should see Gmail right there. So Gmail, we click on that, and we get sent to the Gmail. All right, so you can see I have a lot of emails here. Bitmoji, I guess I can use Bitmoji in my emails. Anyway, let's see. So to make an email, let's say I need to send an email to my math teacher, right? Maybe Miss White is going to help me with math, and I need to, tell her I need some help with this. So I'm going to compose an email. So a composer is somebody who creates music, right? They write the music. They say, okay, here's how this is going to go. Well, if you are the composer of an email, you are creating an email. So let's compose an email. So I click compose, and you can see here, I'm just going to move this over, hopefully, or maybe I'll move myself over. Go over there. And we have a new message popped up. Now, I'm not 100% sure about the email address, but that's okay. This is great because it should pop up as soon as I start to type the name. So if I was sending an email to Miss White for math help, I might say WHIT. Oh, and look, there's her name. It pops right up, and her email is right underneath it. So all I have to do is click it, and it pops right into the email box. Okay, so that's the to. That's who my email is to. That's the first part that you need to put in. The second thing is the subject. Okay, so when somebody gets an email, they kind of look at the subject to say, oh, what is this email about? And if I'm looking for math help, I'm going to say, just a brief description of what I need. So I would say math help with, division. Okay, so there's my subject, and the next thing is my text. Okay, we want to try, when you use an email, it's not like a text. We here at school would really want you to try and use all your skills as far as punctuation, capitalization. It's not that hard to press shift, capital letter, right? So try and follow the rules of a friendly letter or a business letter, and putting into the text your capital letters and punctuation. So I would say, Dear Mrs. White. Okay, enter. I need some help with my division facts. Is there a good time to talk? Okay, so I'm putting capital letters at the beginning of my sentences, punctuation at the end of my sentences, and then of course we would want to sign off. So you might say, you know, have a good day, Mr. Burke. Okay, so we're going to send that off to Mrs. White. And how do I do that? By clicking the send button. So if I press that send button, the email will get sent off to Mrs. White. I'm not going to send it. I don't really need math help with my division. I'm pretty good at my division facts. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so now let's see how we would read an email and then respond to an email. Okay, so if someone sends us an email, we would want to be able to send it back to them. So I sent myself an email, right? You can see that it's from me, and the subject is practice email, and you can even begin to see the beginning of the text of the email. But let's click on it, double click, and open it up, and it says, Dear Mr. Burke, do you have a copy of Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus? I would like to borrow it. Thank you, signed, Kid with Good Taste in Books. Well, they do have a good taste in books, and yes, we do have a copy, so I need to respond to their email. And the way that I would do that is I would go to this little arrow up here, which is, if you see when I hover over it, it's called the reply arrow. So when you reply to somebody, it's like if someone asks you a question, how old are you? You reply, I'm 10, right? That's your reply. Well, I want to reply with an email. So I'm going to click that button, and it opens up a like a little email there, and it already is going to put the person's email in there, so you don't need to worry about that. And then you can reply. Dear Okay, so now that I've replied, I am going to send my reply back. And the kid with good taste in books will know that I have set aside the book for him. So I think that's a pretty good start on how to send an email. If you have any more questions, email me and I will make a new video. How about that? Take care.